Small existential crisis this morning. My father took the trash out, and when he came back inside, he said, hey, you know, our trash cans are really old and they're breaking, and we need to buy new ones. And I said, yeah, that's cool. I'll just throw the old ones in the go. Dad, who watches The Watchmen? I wasted a lot of time today. I watched a lot of television, was on Facebook a lot. Did you guys hear about this? They're trying to make a Full House 2. They're trying to bring that back. Did you hear about that? I'm actually excited about it, but I had this idea like 4 years ago, and I was going to set it in New Brunswick and call it Full Halfway House. I don't like that idea. But I thought it'd be really funny, like Jesse and Danny are like, hey, you know, Joey thinks he has bugs under his skin, and Joey's like, cut them out.
Scabies joke.
I also watched Back to the Future this morning. Anyone watched Back to the Future? It's an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, Michael J. Fox goes back in time, and he breaks up his parents accidentally, and he has to get them back together or he won't be born. And he plays at their prom in the climax, and he plays Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Goode, one of the first great American rock and roll songs. And it's implied that Chuck Berry hears this and copies Michael J. Fox. And I thought about that, and I'm like, wait, did Back to the Future just claim that white people invented rock and roll? Like, did we need that? Like, were we like, the black man's getting too proud, we gotta take rock and roll. I am a substitute teacher, I'm still doing that, and I like that job a bit. I'm a high school person normally. It's little kids that scare the hell out of me. I like kids, but they don't recognize good from evil. They haven't developed that yet. I was subbing once, and I saw one kid in 3rd grade throw a pencil at another kid, and I reprimanded him, and I said, you shouldn't have done that. You threw that pencil. And the kid just looks at me and goes, no, I didn't. This was near the end of Breaking Bad, so there was a lot of high. And I kind of take a step away from him, and I'm like, yeah, you did, kid, I saw you. But then like 3 of his friends and the kid who threw the guy had the pencil thrown at him all turned to me in this weird unison, and are like, we didn't see anything. But it's hard being a kid sometimes, because kids are mean to each other, and they don't even have to make sense. When I was 10, there was a kid in my grade named Max, and people didn't like Max very much. They made fun of him, and they shouldn't, but he was hard to get along with, especially this one kid, Akeem. And one day, I walked into class, and Max is bawling, and I'm asking my friends, like, dude, what happened to Max? And one of my friends turns to me and says, oh my God, Bobby, it's so terrible. Akeem called Max a flappy pappy.
Yes!
And even as a 10-year-old, I was like, what? And he said, yeah, a flappy pappy. And I said, what does that mean? He's like, no one knows. So in our minds, our juvenile minds, that became like the ultimate insult. Like, you know, being called a jerk was bad, and asshole was a curse, but like way above that was flappy pappy. Like, you couldn't even imagine what it was like. But I think I did substituting because I'm good at, like, you know, talking to people. I think I used to watch Hey Arnold a lot and Tommy and Rugrats, and I thought, like, yeah, I can help kids like Stoop Kid get off the stoop. That's pretty cool. I don't know that. But I learned real quickly in real life that when you get Stoop Kid off his stoop, Stoop Kid doesn't go away. Stoop Kid wants to follow you and be your friend. There was a girl who lived across the street from me in high school, and she was sort of lonely, and she invited me over for video games one day. I said, sure. I went over. That was it. But then she proceeded to text me 8 times the following week to hang out. And I was like, oh, you don't have anyone to hang out with except me. Hey Arnold didn't prepare me for that. And it got worse when I met her mother. I'd only met this girl like 2 or 3 times, and the 3rd time I saw her mother, this woman takes my hand and says, listen, we're going to be moving in about 3 months. Can you come and take pictures of our apartment so our landlord doesn't try to screw us on the deposit? And I said, hello. I'm Bobby. Let me tell you a little bit about the real estate experience I've had as a 16-year-old. I once took care of a turtle. And that turtle died. But I'm not trying to say that I don't want to make it come off. I don't think I'm better than other people. I'm very stupid. I had many moons ago. I had a girlfriend, and I told her at the time I didn't like milk. I didn't put it in my cereal. I didn't drink it. I just didn't do it. And she was just being really nice, and she said, "Well, what kind of milk was it? Was it 1% milk, 2% milk?" And I turned to her, absolutely serious, and said, "What are you talking about? It was 100% milk." I showed her. Occasionally, I'll find myself in an awkward situation with friends. I had a friend call me once. He said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "Nothing." And he said, "Great, we're going to Shake-a-Paw to play with the puppies. Come by." If you haven't been to Shake-a-Paw, it's a minimum security prison for dogs, where they put these dogs in this weird glass display case, and fat Americans are allowed to go, "That one." And an attendant will put you and this dog in this little square room, and you can play with the dog until your love runs out. And then you can like clap and be like, "All right, take it back one."
We had a good time.
Yeah, so I wanted to go play with the puppy. But when I got there, the rooms they put you in, there's like a row of like 12 of them, and the doors come like chest high, so you can't see who's inside unless you like duck over. So for like 5 booths, I'm going up to like people who aren't my friends and just kind of being like, "You're not mine." Like rows of people. I just learned today that, you know, like spyware, those things that attract advertisements and spam to your computer are called cookies. Did anyone else know this? Like, you guys all know this already, right? Like, yeah, I'm really stupid. I tried to make that point clear. But I thought, like, what a nice way to say, like, your computer has terrible problems. It's like, no, your computer isn't prone to viruses. You have cookies. You have so many cookies. What if everything in life were done that way? Like, you'd be like, you go to the doctor and he's like, no, you don't need a rectal exam. You need an ass giraffe. Who here's been to the butt doctor? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. Get those hands up there. Okay, because I have. All right. That's right. Stephen Hilger doesn't own this joke. I have an ass joke too. I went to this doctor once, and he asked me. He said, "You know, sometimes conditions are caused by stress. Is there anything in your life that's giving you stress or anxiety?" And I said, "Yeah, actually, I have a family member who's going through a rough patch right now, and we're all worried about him, and I hope it works out." And the doctor said, "Yeah, I hope everything works out for your family. That's really sad." And I thought, like, oh my God, that's such a nice thing for him to say. Like, he made me feel like a person and not a patient. That was great. But here's the thing. His hand was up my ass while he said this. So what I thought was a coherent answer was probably more like a high mewling sound that no one could comprehend. Like, he's like, "Is there anything in your life that's causing you stress?" And I'm like, And he's like, "Yeah, that's really tough. I hope everything works out for you." I don't know why he was doing this.
From the claps.
I said I spent a lot of time on Facebook today, and I shouldn't have. I just get angry at Facebook a lot. Like, I go on it for like hate, revenge. I don't know what you even call it. But you know, people on Facebook who, I'm sure you all have a friend who has an epiphany like every so often, and they feel they need to share it with you. You know these Flappy Pappies, am I right? These people. My favorite is the one who will like every weekend go out and then like they'll have an epiphany about who their friends are. On Sunday morning, they'll be like, "Ugh, glad that's over. Now I finally know who my real friends are." And I'm like, yes, just like last week, when you also finally found out who your real friends are. But I like BuzzFeed a little bit better than Facebook because it's funny sometimes, although some BuzzFeed articles aren't even trying. Like, 24 signs you went to college. Number 7, you ate pizza once. Like, yeah, dude, I know. But there's always one person who comments below, like, "OMG, I did eat pizza. JK Lawburp, #blessed." Am I the only one who hates #blessed? Like, am I the only one who hates that thing? Because no one knows what it's for. You could use it for anything you want. Like, you could follow one person at like 10 a.m. to be like, "Hey, my aunt's still in the hospital, but she's feeling a lot better. #blessed." But then like 2 hours later, she's like, "Oh my God, I found a blue Sour Patch Kid in a big bag of Sour Patch Kids I'm eating alone. #blessed." I don't know what it's for. I see a lot of friends going on, saying they're on relationships on Facebook, and that's cool. I'm happy for them, to an extent, I guess. It's not that I'm anti-relationship, but some people catalog their relationship as if we're like watching a movie of their lives, and we need to know what's happening, and I call them the we need to know people. Like, I'm sure you've seen the photos where it's like, oh my god, you two made a personal pizza and you got dough in each other's noses and kissed it off. We needed to know. Oh my god, you ordered a pumpkin spice latte and he ordered a pumpkin spice latte and the barista switched them. We needed to know. Oh my god, she had to go to a rectal exam and get an ass giraffe and you were there. We needed to know. How much time do I have? I'm done, right? I'm done. Yeah, I am.
Keep going. I love you, Mark.